on this form. That's why we put it on this opening and closing quotation marks. Now the domain we agreed is a name query department. So we open the bracket and write there query department count and close. Actually, not the brackets, as in the opening and closing quotation marks. I keep on forgetting that. Just ensure that everything is similar to what you wrote here, because if you mistake anything, even just a simple T being mistaken, you will really run around finding the right data and it won't be working. Okay, now the criteria here, I'll open and then write the criteria is depth ID, which is on the database side, on the query side, should be equal to, I close the bracket. Now I want to add there this depth ID on the form, and because it's on the form, I don't need to start with the opening and closing quotation marks. I simply open the box bracket and write there depth ID and close it. I'll have to pull this for you to see it on the same line. Now there's something I want to teach you on what is going to happen here in the middle. All the data that we have been dealing with on this side is from the query, as in the back end. Whatever we are going to put here, whatever is here is on the front side, on the form. Those two don't just marry, you have to add there an and. It tells the computer to put together what is on the front side and what is on the back side. When you have finished doing all this, you say OK and you are done. Remember, if you do not click the save button up here, it won't show here, and you might even be required to repeat that code again. So I'll have to click save, and you see it comes here. It shows me here what I've done. I actually did not save this form, that's why it's bringing me the savers. I'll just give it a name like departments, like that, and I say OK. Then we're going to test. I'll save again, turn back into the form view, and as you see, the one, it has an error. I'll go the second one, an error, third one, an error, fourth one, an error. When you see such kind of an error, don't fear off. Just come back to the code, open it, and you will see where you made the mistake. Let's follow it. We want the count from the queries department, the count, which is OK, query department count name, which is OK, where depth ID is equal to this. I can see my error. The error is that I opened that bracket but I did not close it here. So I'll just close it like that and say OK. As you can see, even professional programmers like us, sometimes we encounter errors. But the best thing to do is to deal with it line by line. Find where it is and correct it. Don't jump up and say mine is not working. Even us, sometimes we have to repeat the code. So I'll go back into that view, and as you see, voila, it's showing. Okay, I go to the next person, the next department, which is admin. It has staff count of 1. I go to the next, account has 3, and if we follow this thing, we'll find that it's going very well. Next one, on the fourth one, is procurement. It's blank. Why? Because procurement has no member. Even you can see it here. The next one is IT. It has 1, which is here. So you can see that we have managed to get to a record in a query and bring it on a form without drawing the query. Okay, for those who do not understand why we don't just put the query here, is because when you pull a query to a form, it wants you to create relationship, and it will bring you something we call as in it will bring it as a sub form, as in it has explained here is a sub form. You don't want to see everything on that. We just wanted to get this data for staff count. And those who have gone through 2012 computer project, and you will see that this D lookup is something that you need to use there in most of the questions that they're asking you on the Upepeo club video lending system. So get that concept and use it there, so that you can use minimum time and use very less forms to work on something. Thank you.